It's interesting to do videos. I enjoy it. I like talking. Uh, I think it's a nice outlet for me. Um, you get to be brutally honest about things in a way that I guess people aren't normally to the people that they know. Not sure where this is going to be in the uploading schedule, so I don't know if I put out the other video yet. Uh, but this is uncomfortable. Um, just talking to yourself. Uh, there's a lot of ums and ahs. You wanna get the right message across. Like you wanna come across happy and project that air of excitement and keep coming back, keep watching. But I mean, there are just those days, right? The days where you're like, not today. Work was what it was today, and I'll binge something, I guess, and get my mind off it. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll see if tomorrow shapes up to do a little bit better than today did. And I did my best. Like it was a good effort. I tried. That's fine. Uh, I do know that the most recent thing that I've been doing is analyzing and picking apart the the Bo Burnham like comedy special album that he put together, and I know that a lot of it, I think, hits a lot of people just because I mean, obviously, not everybody's been inside, but a lot of people have been inside for a long period of time because of everything that's been going on in the world, and just kind of seeing someone being honest about that shift that happens where it's every day is not a great day. They're not all great. They're not all winners. Most days are a five, like on a scale of 1 to 100. And then you have those other days that like they really top out at like the mid 40s. Uh, and then other days that birth of a child, wedding, you went to Harry Potter World or something that are really great. Um, I do know that a lot of what I've been listening to have been more the speaking portions of the comedy special that aren't necessarily all that funny, like the in betweens, which obviously everything's edited, so I mean it's meant to be. You're not seeing, it's not a live stream. Like he didn't live stream a comedy special, and then you see the mistakes in the live stream. So if it's in there, it's there for a reason. But just seeing a lot of that like breakdown, like the psychology behind like what a lot of people are like that put themselves out there, very similar to what I'm doing. It People need hugs. Maybe that's going to be the point of this video. Everybody needs a hug. If you have a friend or family member near you who hasn't told you that they need one yet, but you can obviously tell that they need one, go give them a hug. Unprompted. Don't ask for them to reciprocate and like give you a hug. Just give them a hug, and you know, like maybe like a pat on the back, a juice box. I don't know. But people need hugs. There's been a lot going on. Like a hug would be great, and I think that I it's weird. Uh, there's a lot going on. Um, like the pandemic is not currently over. Uh, I'm going to say that it's Jesus. What day is it? It's July 28th. The pandemic is not over. July 28th of 2021. People are acting like it is. People are going back to work, and things are opening up. It's not over. Like we're all still living through that. Um, I know how having to sit inside is a lot, but it's not done. Like we're not done yet. Uh, so that's a reality. That's not like an opinion. Like I feel and I'm taking a side. It's just a fact. Like we're not on the other side yet. And looking back, saying, "Wow, 2020, it's going to be 2020 and 2021," and hopefully that's it. Were interesting, weren't they? I can't believe we tried to open up again. That was silly. Uh, yeah, it's just weird that we're not there yet. We're not there yet in a lot of ways. We're not there yet emotionally. We're not there as a society. Just like the systems that need to be in place, people acknowledging that work has fundamentally changed, schooling's changed. Like we're not there yet. Like we haven't. We were introduced to the concept that everything's changing, and it had to. Everyone had to like stop. Okay, here's everything's changed, and then for some reason, I have my own personal opinions about it, but I'm not going to get into that. For some reason, things just open again. It's just, hey, let's open it up. People have been inside too long. As if everyone was on punishment. You know, like, oh, everybody, just stay in the house. You naughty, you, just stay in the house, you. And now we're not on punishment. Like, we weren't told before how long the punishment would last, but now it's over, so just pretend like it's all the same, even though it's very clearly not. And people having to deal with a lot of things that they don't normally, because they have a lot of stuff to distract them, like going outside and drinking and lots of stuff. And people are trying to get back to that aggressively, because just sitting with yourself is not something people are used to. Like, you might have people in your house. I don't know who's going to be watching. So you might have people in your house. And you very possibly love all of them. Or most of them. Or some of them. Or secretly none of them. I don't know what's going on in your house. And I don't know what you're up to. But who knows? But having to deal with, like, just those people all the time and not having the, like, breaking it up and, well, I have to go to work now and I'm in a commute to work, or I'm going on a vacation, or anything. Just, hey, person who was here yesterday and I heard, yelling and screaming because they're, teleworking or doing Zoom meetings or whatever. It's a lot. Like, being around other people all the time can be a lot. Just like being by, because you're still a person. Like, even if it's just you, like, you're still a person. So, like, you're around you all the time. It's like you just have to deal with you all the time, and that's its own thing. That's its own. Hi, you. We're here. We did it. I guess according to everybody else, we did it. We're on the other side. Hello, you did great. Give yourself a pat on the back. I mean, honestly and realistically, give someone a hug, and tell them how much you care. But we're definitely not through all this. This is just a weird rant. But we're not done. Like, this is going to be a little bit more, and like, we're going to have to shift how everybody does everything now, because we've seen that everything can just be unmade. So we need to figure out how we go forward. Like, we're currently just going back. We're just like, oh, that's how it was before. We did the work thing. We did the school thing. Like, let's play the hits. Let's do that again. And that's not, I don't see that working. There are a lot of people that are very disillusioned with all of it. And I think that the reason why I've seen a lot of because, while I'm making videos, I also watch tons of videos. A lot of the people's reactions to Inside came across the way that they did is because I think a lot of people are resonating with yes, just stuck in my house, and I'm feeling a lot of emotions now. I was not trying to deal with. That's why I did the other things. That's why I watched TV shows and went to movies and vacations and stuff. I didn't want to deal with that, being in a space, just me dealing with me. Like, that's not, I like me, but like, not all the time. Like, that's a lot. I'll deal with me all the time, I guess. I don't have any other choice. It's just me and me here. Well, me and you, and I guess, but just me and me. I got the little me talking to me set up here. The little eyes that are staring back at me next to the green dot. So I know who to stare at. Because otherwise I'm just staring at me. And not in a vanity, just like because I like the look of me all the time. But I just, because you want to see what's happening. So I'm focusing on that. Like staring at the camera is just, it's just a little dot there. And it's interesting, I guess, but I mean, everyone will start to zone out of it. So you stare this way. You're like, hey, I'd see a person there. Hey, person, hi. Hi. That kind of got away from me. Anyway, I think that people have been focusing on trying to make sense of everything that's happened up until now, even though it doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't. And people are trying to fit everything into a box so they can say, oh, okay, well, like now this is where everything is and this is where it's supposed to be, and now I can move forward because I can rationalize all of that. And hopefully there will be a larger shift, like a larger change, and people will actually invest in, their own mental health and quality of life, and things will progress in a different way than what it's been before. But as it currently stands, it seems like people are just trying to get back to status quo. Just like, hey, this is how it was before. Let's do that again. Like I knew that it wasn't great, but I knew that from before. So like, let's just go back to doing that thing again, and then we'll see where it goes from there. This video didn't really have a point. Some of the videos won't. I'm just going to throw that out there. Some of them will. Some of them will have animations and a topic. Some are just going to be me talking. And it's going to be like the lottery. Every time you click on the video, you're like, I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know either. I'm just kind of doing it. And then we're seeing what happens. I think the next video will actually have a point. I don't know what the point will be. It'll probably be, what Marvel villain are you based on a quiz I saw somewhere? You decide, or something like that. But this one's just, I'm going to end this one because this is just a weird one. And I mentioned it in, again, I don't know how this is going to play out in the grand scheme of me releasing things. But some of the videos are going to have the awkward stare at the end. Not all of them, because I kind of want it to be a surprise. And I'm going to try not to do what I'm doing now, which is a build-up where you're wondering whether or not that's going to happen. Like it's just going to happen. You're going to think the video is either like paused or stuck or buffering or something. Just because, uninterrupted eye contact makes people uncomfortable. And for some reason, that's entertaining to me right now. Just being by myself, just like staring. So I'm just having a staring contest basically with the computer until I decide, I guess it's just like not entertaining anymore. So some of the videos will have that at the end. And then some will just trail off. Some will have real abrupt transitions depending on other things that I add to the video. So we'll just kind of see how it goes from there. So. All right, well, that was fun.